Hello Starblast players and welcome back to another Inferno Squadron YouTube video. I'm Ice Leader 1 and today I'm super excited to show you my newly developed strategy for how to beat Invasion. So if you've seen our newest YouTube video on the O-Defender strategy, you'll know that is a strategy that has been around almost since the beginning of Starblast, really since Invasion was created, and that was pioneered by X27 mainly in his YouTube video. I'm sure other people invented it. But I've got a new strategy that will help especially those people who are newer to Starblast and have never played Invasion before. This is the strategy for you. So first, I'd like to give a shout out to X69 and Oreo, who this is their first time ever even playing Invasion. And I've had a lot of talks with them, and they're really cool guys. And they're good friends now in Starblast, so thank you guys for participating in this. You made my day really fun. So for this run, again, we have me, who's got a lot of Invasion wins, and Delta Commander, who's also very experienced in Invasion. So we have two experienced players and two new players who have never played the game before. So if you are a new player that hasn't played, first of all, please talk to me over Discord. I would love to lead you in an Invasion run. I have a lot of good players that can help surround you. But secondly, know that it is possible to beat Invasion very easily if you follow this strategy. And these guys, like I said, never played Invasion before, and they beat it first try. So, let's get into it. The idea behind this strategy is based, of course, around the Rock Tower, which is a good ship like the O-Defender, which has a lot of shields and can regain really fast. And the difference, and as you can see in the title of Anti-Pull, the idea behind this strategy is to keep your hitbox small. So we all know Tier 7s have a really large hitbox, especially the Ares, which is the usual ship to go to. And what that does, actually, is that pulls more aliens towards you. It allows more aliens kind of to see you, you might say, and come towards you and shoot you with bullets. And of course, the Ares is large enough and has a big enough shields to tank that. But other Tier 7s don't, and that's why other Tier 7s don't work. However, with the Rock Tower anti-pull strategy, like the name says, you have a much smaller hitbox, and so aliens are going to see you a lot less. And so the idea is to pull less aliens towards you and kill the ones that do come towards you faster. Kind of like an effective killing machine, just like they come towards you, you kill them, then another couple come towards you in more manageable numbers. And this is really helpful for new players so they don't get overwhelmed, and it's even helpful for experienced players. So I would also like to talk about the numbers too. This is a 3 to 5 person strategy for sure. 6 I'm not sure, but anything under 3 is, I don't think it's possible, because this strategy you're staying at Tier 6. You were staying at the Rock Tower. So once you get to the Rock Tower, you're going to keep about 100 gems as a pool, and you're going to max your ship. So you're going to max all the stats on that. And with 3 person, you can beat it, alright? It is possible. I have done it before, but it takes a lot of coordination, and it can easily go wrong, and you have a lot of luck. 4 person, as you'll watch in this run, is insanely easy. 5 person I've not tried, but I believe the same concept applies there too. So, Wave 1 is super easy, of course. You're going towards Crusader, so that's a cool thing. In order to get to the Rock Tower, you're going to go through the Crusader path, then Howler, then Rock Tower. Don't go Pioneer, as that ship's terrible when it's not upgraded, and you will basically be carried by your team because you can't do anything. So I've tried runs where I've done that too. It does not work. Alright, so we're going to go Crusader, then Howler, then Rock Tower. Proceed through Wave 2 exactly like you would on the O-Defender Rush strategy, as you're going to have the exact same ships. So destroy all the initial chickens, get rid of the yellow chickens, and then when the boss spawns, go for the larger asteroids in order to get secondaries out of those, and then, of course, kill the boss from a distance, so you don't waste your secondaries on them. I will, again, do a quick note. So in this strategy, both me and Delta Commander get killed a lot, and that's not because we're bad, alright? We played Invasion a lot. We both have, at least 30 wins between us. We get killed because the newer players, so Oreo and X69, actually don't understand the strategy of Invasion. So if you are an experienced Invasion player, you're going to need a tank, which is what we did, for the newer players, because they're not going to quite get the concept. So if you can do that, again, you're going to take the hits. You're probably going to die like we did, but you will win the game because you're more experienced in the end. Once everybody's ready, you can get up to the very corner of the boss and snipe him from a distance, and then you're ready to go on with Wave 3. So, quick reminder back to the O-Defender Rush strategy. Wave 3 is a little bit of a harder wave. You're going to want to rush it with your Crusaders, hopefully, by this point, and rush the initial spawn of, 20 or so yellow chickens. As you can see, I will die in this point because I'm tanking for my teammates. That's totally fine. I lose some secondaries, but with 4 people, you'll get them back. So make sure that everybody's trying to tank with that and swapping places if you can whenever somebody's health gets low, so they can shoot from the back. And then you just want to stick together through this entire wave. It is very important, whoever's the leader or whoever's leading your invasion team, to stress at the beginning of the wave, especially to new players, that bosses are to be attacked once everything else is killed and once everybody is ready. So no engaging bosses until that happens. And once everybody's ready, then you can rush in, and most bosses should be really easy. I died here because X69 wasn't there, but hey, we'll take it. And we completed the wave. So the Rock Tower anti-pull strategy, like the Defender Rush strategy, is really good with Wave 4. So Wave 4 will start with an asteroid rain, and you're going to take your Crusaders and or Howlers and knock the asteroids in as many directions as possible, so they start collisions and they can get destroyed sooner than later. And then same with the Piranha. So the good thing about this wave is, as a Howler, you want to like select a Crusader and like stick by them and basically be like a turret. So you're going to shoot at all the Piranhas coming in, and once they're dead, the Crusader will just grab the gems. And you'll continue this until the Crusader can get upgraded. That is the ideal way, and it's probably one of the easiest ways to get people easily upgraded in this one, just because of how easy Piranhas are to dodge. So, for the O-Defender Rush strategy, Wave 5 is a bit of a hard one, and it's where a lot of people will die. So the cool thing about the Rock Tower strategy is, since this is, like, in my opinion, the hardest way for the O-Defender Rush strategy, one of the reasons why I think it's easier for newer players is because of how much easier it becomes with the Rock Tower anti-pull strategy, because you have Howlers, and Howlers are amazing at destroying things, even when you don't upgrade anything. So in this wave, you're going to rush out and kill the yellow or kill the red chickens as soon as possible. Your Howlers should make that incredibly easy, just because of how much damage and energy regain they have. They're just amazing ships. And then you're just going to stick as a group, and whatever gets thrown at you gets thrown at you. So again, the biggest key for this wave is the bosses. You will see that I do die to these bosses because they're both targeting me, and Delta Commander is trying to help me because he knows what's going on, but the other two are kind of getting a bit distracted. So when you have newer players, it's really apt for them to get distracted onto anything else, or even try to run away from these bosses. And the key is, you've got to fight them together, and you've got to have people tanking them and circling them. So if you can do this, it's really easy. I will say, too, crabs are really swoopy ships. They'll like swoop in for like a strafing run on you and then like run away. So you don't have to focus on these guys quite as much. But when the boss comes, you've got to stick together and focus them down. I know there's a thing called piranhas that'll ram you away, and that's fair. But do try to be there supporting them, firing off secondaries, like dropping everything you got at this boss. And Wave 6. So Wave 6 is not much of a problem. Again, you're going to have Howlers and probably for sure some Rock Towers. In this wave, Rock Towers should be gathering gems and maybe get a couple things upgraded. Definitely, though, like, try to get the Howlers upgraded too, because the Howlers are a very good ship, but it's awesome to get people up to Rock Tower just because of it's a lot more tanky, as Howlers are a lot less. So if you just stick together, these aliens will get shredded. Usually in the O-Defender Rush strategy, they'll get shredded by ramming into you and losing by ram damage. But in this wave, they'll get shredded by your multitudes of bullets. So just try to focus them down and let the Howlers get the bullets, and you'll be totally fine. The boss in this wave, again, is a little bit difficult, but if you can get everybody together and launch everything you got and have everybody ramming, and whenever people are low on health, have them circle behind the other people, shouldn't be a problem. Wave 7 is also super easy because you've beaten piranhas now at the thing that they're worst at, which is turning. And the thing is, the Rock Tower and the Howler have incredibly good turning rates, so you can outcircle these guys and get lots of gems from them. The two mini bosses are also really easy, and even the big boss with all Rock Towers is surprisingly easy. You just gotta make sure to fire torpedoes and missiles and rockets at it, and you should be fine. So another thing people don't like about this wave is how much grinding you have to do. I know it's really hard, but definitely do destroy all these asteroids, as they will drop secondaries that are helpful for Wave 10. So just be willing to go through, 5 minutes of asteroid mining. It's really not that bad. So up to this point, we've really been following really similarly with the O-Defender Rush strategy. Again, the difference with the Rock Tower anti-pull is it's a lot easier for newer players, or players who are not as experienced or don't love fighting with unupgraded ships as much. So that's what this one helps with. But Wave 8 is where things become different. So Wave 8, instead of laying all your mines at like the star or a certain point to try to get the piranhas to run into them, you actually don't have to do that. And you can save those mines for Wave 10, where you will need them more. So in this wave, again, you have the two giant piranhas spawning, and the best thing about Rock Towers is you can actually circle them. So again, try to stick as a loose group. Try to get somebody getting a piranha to circle them. You'll just be circling around and around. Don't even worry about shooting at it. And then your buddies can come back you up and start beaming bullets into them, and they'll go pretty quickly. Again, this is not perfect. Sometimes people get knocked around, and as Rock Tower, if you do get knocked around, you could die. But it's not too bad, and you're saving a lot of mines. So try the strategy out. If you're experienced enough, it won't be too big of a problem. If you're newer, just try to circle around. So wave 9 is pretty easy with the Rock Tower anti-pole strategy. You've just got to stick together as a team. That's the key. If somebody's getting low, try to get them to the middle of the center so you guys can defend them. And just whenever the boss comes by, just tank them. And try to save up secondaries if you can. Now for the bosses, I'm fine if you fire off missiles or rockets. That's fine. Those aren't quite as necessary in wave 10. But again, it's more of a fun wave, so just have fun and try to get full gems on this wave. Alright, so wave 10 is not incredibly hard with the Rock Tower anti-pull strategy. Because you have such a small hitbox, you're not pulling as many enemies at one time, and you can especially avoid fighting multiple bosses at once. That's really helpful. But, of course, you should have a lot of mines saved up from the earlier waves, so place those all down. And of course, that'll keep you safe for a while. Eventually, those will disintegrate, and you'll have to fight the enemies, obviously, as a team. Stick together. Whenever the bosses come, circle them, and try to get your team to be near you. That was one of the reasons why a couple of us died in this wave. I think we died, is because somebody was fighting a boss on their own, or got separated from the group, or something like that happened. So again, try to stick together. I thought we did a pretty good job of it with 2 new players, but if you can stick together better than us, that would be great. So when the final boss spawns, you're going to try to upgrade to Bastion for the damage. Again, if you go anywhere near the boss, you're dead. So stick as far away from it as possible. We all managed to get to Bastion, which is awesome, which means we did really well, and which means the strategy is working. So that's a great thing. But don't upgrade to Bastion like almost near the end of the wave or when there's a couple aliens left, because you will get destroyed. The Bastion is such a terrible ship. It cannot turn fast enough, and you'll get shredded by like 1 red crab, and it'll destroy you. So don't upgrade to Bastion unless there's nothing left and only the final boss. Do watch out. The final boss does spawn red saucers as well. These can be a little bit troublesome to deal with Bastions because they can destroy you. Just try to be able to swap around, so if somebody got hit like twice, have them back out and the other people rush in. Bastions have high enough damage per second, you will be able to destroy them fairly easily, but do watch out for if you're fighting both of them at once. That can be a little bit troublesome, but good luck with that. So hey, if you're a new player, I would love to have you try out this strategy. Tell me how it goes in the comments, if you're able to win or not. If you need an invasion leader, somebody to lead you through invasion, I would love to do it. I also have a lot of members of the Inferno Squadron who would love to do that, so take time to think about that. Invasion is a really fun mode, but not a lot of people take time to consider it, like the 2 people we played with today. So have fun, enjoy yourself, and try to spread to others how fun Invasion is. I'll see you guys in Starblast.